Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the moments before our next matchup. It's Cloud9 hi-rez going up against Exposed Secrets.
Oh man, Exposed Secrets is kind of making a name for themselves throughout the last week, so we'll see what they can do against Cloud9. Cloud9, going into the SPL, was not expected to do anything. They literally imploded a week before the SPL started. They had to reform with a bunch of new fragments, and now it looked like this malformed group of people that had just met, and all of a sudden they came out and they're like, hey, we're kind of good at this game, actually. Optics carrying them on the back for a little bit in the beginning, but now there's just a lot of talent across the board. Youngbay, of course, always someone reliable. He's been in the game for a very long time, been on C9. Of course, you still have NQ, but then, bringing Optics in, it seems to be working really well for them.
Optics has been playing great, and on the side of Exposed Secrets, they are starting the old support starter for Cloud9 hi-rez and Half Devils, so we'll see if there's any bad blood between these teams and players, guys, as we move into the picking and banning phase of Cloud9 hi-rez versus Exposed Secrets. Cloud9 going to be on the left, Exec on the right.
Exec going to make the second pick here. C9 will be first ban, first pick. Of course, the strategy does change depending on whether you have first or second pick. Of course, you have the opportunity to pick up two characters versus one. They're going to get rid of Freya here. It's going to be a shot at Frostiak, Zalia, and Shanamir, but mainly Zalia. He played Freya so incredibly well last time we watched him. Ended up getting a quadra kill in that fight, almost even a penta, but didn't have the time frame to do it. So Freya going to go away immediately. C9 doing their homework here. Loki going to be banned away across the way, not wanting to give that to realistically anybody. We've seen hi-rez and NQ both play that character well, but it's a good start.
You got to think about banning on Nemesis here versus hi-rez. He played really, really well on with some very, very interesting builds and itemization overall. But smart money would be on a Nuwa or a Circuit ban, and it will be Nuwa, in fact, taken off the board by Exposed Secrets. Which means the Circuit is left open, as is Giannis here notably, but they're going to value Circuit over Giannis with Cloud9 and lock that in right away.
Across the way, Exposed Secrets known for their strange picks here. They're going to be going for some selections.
Man.
Will they be hovering? They're hovering on Zeus right now, which did not work for them.
Well, Shadownightmare played a pretty good Zeus, actually. It didn't find the win with it, but he did play it pretty dang well, showing us the mid-camp secure potential that this god does have. But are they going to really pick Zeus over Giannis at this stage? And now they're going to take away Mercury as well. They've locked in the Mercury. 10 seconds remaining on the Zeus. And are they going to stay with it?
They can't.
He's not a high priority pick.
There's no
reason to, really. They could pick him really at any stage here. No one's going to ban the Zeus against them. And they're actually going to take Rama. They have not locked in Zeus.
Not Zeus, it's Ram.
It's Ram. So
actually played Ram on screen. It's played the animation for Ram and Zeus there. So it's Ram Mercury in the top right corner of the screen. That'll be adjusted shortly from production, I hope so. But Geb, of course, going to be locked in immediately by C9.
That's now free Geb and Giannis.
I mean, it seems to be that first pick always goes in their second picking draft. They go for Geb Giannis. I mean, if they're still available, why not? These characters are so incredibly powerful. The question is, will we see some more strange picks from Exposed Secrets here? We do know that there's a lot of characters available here. They're going to be hovering on Amir and locking this in. This could be a lot of things, right? We've seen Half Devil play a lot of Amir, but we've also seen a solo lane Amir from Zalia. But the last time we saw solo lane Amir and even solo Sobek didn't work too well.
Hasn't been great, that's for sure. But Zalia can kind of play anything. And just another reminder, guys, that is not, in fact, a Zeus. That is, in fact, a Ram that has been first picked by Exposed Secrets. Sorry about that graphical snafu on our side. Final bans coming out from Exposed Secrets here in just a moment. Notably, no Hunters selected or banned as of yet. I'm sorry. I'm even confusing myself now. Ram ban, Ram pick, so they may ban out another top-tier Hunter will Expose Secrets and try to get Ram the best advantage that they can. Maybe an Apollo, maybe an Ul going to be banned out here. We'll see what the plan is for Exposed Secrets, and they will ban out the Apollo indeed.
There you go.
Which would lead me to believe that Cloud9 will be picking into an Ul here, potentially Neath.
Well, Neath is still available. We shall see. C9 still has another ban to make. I imagine they'll go down something towards a mid or solo. They're going to ban Junkwei, Freya, and Ra. All shots at Zalia. It seems like after watching Exposed Secrets before, where Zalia... I mean, here's the thing, right? Exposed Secrets was losing. They were having a very tough time playing in the match we saw previously. That was yesterday, of course, and they ended up beating TSM because of Zalia's amazing play. And so they're saying, hey, if you're going to lean on the back of Zalia with his incredible reactions and how he positioned himself, let's just ban all his favorite characters and see how you form.
Well, Exposed Secrets is going to draft a Vulcan, the Bulkna.
I love it.
The man with the bulk here.
I always love Vulcan.
He's a large, meaty man, and he throws meatballs.
Yes, he does.
And he's got a large hammer that, for
which
whatever
is ranged,
reason,
of course.
He smacks on the ground and shoots out little shockwaves.
Yep.
And every time he casts a spell, those little shockwaves slow you. One time.
Yep.
Really horrible passes we're getting out here that Vulcan has, but he does have a tremendous amount of damage on top of that. And maybe most importantly right now is the fact that his meatball stuns and knocks up, which means that you see the Geb getting that Geb shield not being quite as potent. And
there it is.
They're locking in the tier here.
Yes,
okay.
the one-armed man going to make his way in here.
Tier an interesting god because I think a lot of, in the community especially, a lot of people are like, Tyr is a useless, bad, horrible, no good god that no one could ever be good with. And we see him consistently getting picked about once every, I'd say, 10 games in Europe especially. We'll see Tyr come out, and he's always a very popular pick in LAN. And the god is, well, basically the best crowd controller in the game. And when you pair that with a Giannis and a Serket, the ability to keep players stacked up like that on the back of the Geb ultimates and then have all of that burst plus the poison, this could turn very ugly very quickly for Exposed Secrets.
Yeah, Tyr a lot better than people give him credit for. He's actually incredibly good at dealing damage, high mobility, good initiation, and decent heal as well. Going to be able to do a lot for his team here. We'll see how it works out. It looks like it's going to be going into the solo lane up against, in the solo lane, Zalia's Mercury. So actually against Mercury, pretty strong there. Of course, he does have that pass, which means he can't be CC'd for more than a second, which will actually cut the grab a little bit short, helping him out against the Mercury as well. But the harassment's not going to be doing a whole lot with the gain and warrior protections. We do have Serket. Of course, we saw Serket yesterday in the hands of Lassus on the Dignitas game perform incredibly well. We're going to see in the mid lane a Vulcan, which is going up against a Giannis. But it's not just a Giannis, it's Optics' Giannis.
It's the Giannis. No, Divios is the Giannis still. He was still the one that made us all be like, wow, this god is crazy.
Right.
Solo laner, we're expecting Mercury or Amir?
It's Mercury.
Oh, it is Mercury. I guess I could just look and see what Zalia's playing. It's
a jungle Amir.
Going to be the Mercury.
It's support Athena, jungle Amir, Mercury solo, which is great, right? Because jungle Amir is this weird entity, and let me walk you through the stages of jungle Amir. He's actually incredibly powerful at low levels, very, very strong. The thing about Amir in the jungle is that he has great slow. Good initiation with the stun. He's got a beautiful passive that allows him to attack really hard. Plus, he has a wall to block him and a good ultimate that really finishes him off there. So a lot of times you'll see him come in from behind. If he picks up like Shoes of the Focus for CDR early, and then something either like a Polynomicon, which isn't as popular after it got nerfed, but something more like a Void Stone for penetration and protection, he can really get in the mid lane and just start throwing a wrench in all your plans. You look across the way, I mean, Jonas can teleport through things, so it may be tougher to gank him, but characters like Serket are going to have a lot of trouble.
Well, yeah, and Amir, the standard build for him is going to be the Bumba's Mass Hog start into cooldown boots into probably, or normally it's the Adventurer's Blade turning into the Winged Blade.
Occasionally, yeah. It's like 50-50, right?
That seems to be the most popular start. It does give you the slow immunity, which he does struggle with, and being slow immune does mean that he can use his wall more effectively when trying to escape, as well as giving him some of that cooldown reduction, which he so desperately craves, on top of the boots. And just so you know, guys, just remember that is not a Zeus, in fact. That is Rom that is going to be playing in the Hunter position, and then we'll be going to the captain of Funballer.
No Zeus Hunter this time around, but you're exactly right. I mean, Amir has two, kind of like Thanatos, right? Thanatos has two builds, with the hyper CDR into more abilities, or just the pure pen. Things we've seen as far as like Athena jungle, Amir jungle, those kind of guardian jungles, you see a lot of CDR boots into penetration, into a Polynomicon was the standard build for a year and a half. Polynomicon heavily nerfed. You may even see a Soul Reaver early on, but I think the magical protection is going to make a big difference here for the Giannis. But you look across the way, there's three heavy physical damage dealers on C9, Giannis being the only major magical damage dealer there. And so you're wondering, how is Exposed Secrets going to be able to really inject Amir into these plays, right? Because you have the two builds. You have the protection pen build, and you have the heavy CDR anti-slow build, which helps a lot him getting around in the initiation. And then at that point, you're relying on the damage from your team. But you've got Rom ult, Vulcan ult, Athena ult, Mercury ult, all can jump in at any distance. I mean, even if they're not ready to go, right? You see Zalia in the back, I don't want to fight, and then Amir's like, I want to fight. He's like, all right, hold on, wait, I can run really, really fast. And he's just going to run straight through the lane and initiate on top of it. So.
Yeah, if there's any chance of, this kind of Mercury ult setup into an Amir plus Athena ult, if anyone gets caught in that, it's pretty much game over for them. And, in terms of Vulcan ults, don't expect to see any of them hit. It's just not an ability that has a very high hit rate, and it takes some serious setup. I mean, basically, the deal with that ability is that you have to fire it before the crowd control happens, or it's going to miss every time. And that's really what makes it so difficult. And once you get the greater Aegises out that can be used during crowd control, it's pretty much...
it's the blindfold ability. It's just like, I fired it. Please hit. Please.
Pin the tail on the donkey there with Vulcan and his ultimate. If only it, bounced or something. Like,
Nah.
they could do something that would make
Nah.
But we are moving into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at the teams. Our first team up is the blue team, fighting on the bottom side of the mini-map, the left side of your spectator UI, and defending the Titan of Order. It's going to be Cloud9 HyperX. NQ will be your solo laner. It will be Optics in the mid lane as his signature Giannis. Youngbei will be your hunter as on her Emilito the Guardian as Geb, and Hyrock in the jungle as Serket.
So across the way, they're going to be facing against Exposed Secrets here. It's going to be the lineup, though. But looking at this one, we're going to go ahead and see Exposed Secrets lineup. Zalia in the solo lane, Shadow Nightmare in the mid lane. We got Funball in as a hunter, Half Devil as Guardian. Of course, we got Frostiak in the jungle there. So as this match hops into, it looks like we might have a little bit of a hiccup.
Yeah, guys, it looks like actually that we had a player fail to load in here, so it's going to be a quick remake. We're going to toss you over to a quick waiting screen. We'll be right back as this game does break out. Give us about 2 or 3 minutes for the players to get back into the game. The spectator client countdown. We should be back in the game in actually about 5 minutes from now, so we will be right back with the start of Cloud9 HyperX versus Exposed Secrets after the remake. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cloud9 HyperX versus Exposed Secrets Take 2, as we did have a little issue getting into the game the first time. One of the players was unable to load, but we are underway here. Let's go ahead and introduce your teams. Cloud9 HyperX is the blue team fighting on the bottom side of the minimap and the left side of your spectator UI. It's going to be Hyrock in the jungle. Emilito and Youngbei combining for the dual lane as Geb and on her. NQ will be your solo lane as Tyr, and Optics in the mid lane as Giannis. Captain of this team is their hunter, Youngbei. Their opponents today are the red team fighting on the top side of the minimap and the right side of the spectator UI. They are Exposed Secrets. It'll be Zalia in the solo lane as Mercury. Funballer, the captain. Pairing up with Half Devil for the dual lane as Rom and Athena. Shadow Nightmare in the mid as Vulcan. And in the jungle, it's Frostiak with a purple pot start on Amir.
Optics taking a couple shots there from the turret placed down by Shadow Nightmare, of course, just putting it down just to kind of use it as a ward, right? You do get vision of the turret, so he puts it down just seeing what they're doing over there on the side of the right camp. Just because of that turret, he's now going to know that C9 is going for the rush to blue buff and skipping the damage buff. Oh, they're not. Hyrock and NQ actually go over here and pick up the damage buff after the mid cap and then go to the blue. The thing about this is that you're running a physical solo this time around, and so you're actually going to see them have two Hand of the Gods. You have NQ with Hand of the God, Hyrock with Hand of the Gods. So I'm actually use double hog here to clear out the damage buff, clear out the blue buff. But you're going to see them actually look for the double pit of experience where Hyrock's actually going to get 3 camps instead of 2. Generally, the jungler will actually pick up damage buff and go to blue and not get experience for that. Left side, Halfdale's going to go down to Emilito's damage here at 44 seconds into the match.
That is
a beautiful
an early
play.
Kill.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to give your on her a good start. Youngbei, a perfectly competent on her as well, and he needs a little bit of help probably against the Rom. Doesn't have quite a good a clear until about level 4, 5, and 6, where Rom will get a line around that 3 and 4 level. So Youngbei, happy to take any kind of assist you can get. Emilito with First Blood. Going the way of Cloud9 HyperX, 1 minute into the game here, and that gives them a reasonable gold lead of about 500 and the XP about 300 as well. Also notable in the jungle, Hyrock with a kind of different start. Bombas Mass, Hog 2 into Mixed Pot and Green Pot for him, so the capability to get a lot of HP 5 out of those 2 pots if popped in conjunction.
NQ going to run over from the solo and looking for initiation in the mid lane, possibly. Going to be spotted out by Frostiak. NQ now seeing that and going back over. And I like the pick. I mean, he's going to look over for the initiation. Going to find Frostiak here, forced away. Good madness, good grab. Fearless going to come out shortly here. Missing the Fearless is NQ. Nice, and the meatball comes out as a how do you do from Shadow Nightmare. Unfortunately enough, wow.
Yeah, it's Vulcan though. He's kind of like, I guess he's kind of like Scottish. It's more like the how are you son or something like that. Not really a how do you do. That going well. I guess Shadow Nightmare is British, so I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was a nice shoot there by Frostiak, but I think let's take a moment here and talk about Half Devil getting first blooded here by his old team, Cloud9 HyperX. Got to feel good about that one.
Yeah, it's a little rough there on the left side. And you're going to see Exposed Secrets kind of fall behind here in the beginning. Frostiak looking to invade on the movement speed up, going to find Hyrock here, but Optics spots it, waiting for the rotation. They're really about to find it is the question. We do have Half Devil here, going to go around towards the movement speed buff. Now, it's interesting, right, for a Guardian to get first blooded here because he's actually going to be looking to possibly rush his boots instead, trying to get caught up, or maybe try to run them out lower. The more you kill them, let's shut them down early, the more decisions they have to make around, am I going to roam or am I going to not roam? Because if you roam too much after losing early, you'll get in this spiral, right, where if you don't get any ganks and you don't get any steals on camps, all of a sudden you're really far behind.
Yeah, you end up 500-600 gold behind, and you just are, well, you're a sad panda at that point because You're not going to have any cooldown reduction, most importantly, probably in the early stages of the game. The enemy jungler, if they finish their boots in Jotun's Wrath and you're still working on getting your cooldown reduction up or even finishing your boots at that point, you're in a very, very sad spot when it comes to your rotations, your ability to farm and try to aggress as often as the enemy jungler, which is pretty important. And when you are playing the jungle, you're always looking to kind of give your team the advantage, you know. Get that 2v1 or that 3v2. You're never really looking to kind of come in late into a fight and make it a 3v3 when the enemy jungler is already there. So if you can't match their aggression on the other side of the map and try to unbalance for your team, it can turn ugly. But speaking of turning ugly, a fight breaking out over here. This is a Vulcan ultimate, and as predicted, not going to hit. Emilito in some trouble, though. Funball going to try to do the damage. Rom taking this guy's 1, 2, and third shot is going to hit. 200 damage going on the back of Emilito. And that is the danger of playing the Geb. A rollout there versus Rom is that it does commit you pretty heavily to what you are going to be able to do. Oh, getting knocked up out of that, well, Fearless Chain is NQ, and it's an interesting pick into the Vulcan there to pick the tier. hi-rez going to put his ultimate on the Frostiak. NQ needs to do enough damage to burst him down, but will not have it.
Why are they still
Forced
fighting?
To Lawbringer over the wall and try to disengage. Not sure there, but important to note that Vulcan meatball, it is a mini stun followed by a knockup for, well, there's not really a great reason for that, just kind of how it is, and because of that, he's able to actually take Tyr out of his Fearless Chain.
That's right. Of course, what Bart was mentioning is Tyr is actually knockup immune during his Fearless Chain, but because it starts with the microstun, it stops the Fearless and then knocks him up, and because of that progression, it allows him to knock him out of it. But that was a very strange engagement for C9. First and foremost, you saw hi-rez actually jump over the wall, running right past a very low Frostiak, looking for initiation. It must have been he just not paying attention as Frostiak was kind of tucked to the side of the mid-cap area. And then turns around and ults him after realizing he was there, but at that point it was too late. I mean, Frostiak was able to get a double stun plus a Glacial Strike on 2, forcing him away. NQ again still trying to force the issue. That whole, you know, poor engagement started with NQ. NQ kind of jumping in and looking for the Fearless Chain on Frostiak, even though there are 4 members of Exposed Secrets there. And so because of that, they're going to be netting a negative 476, so about 400 gold in favor of Exposed Secrets, 1400 experience as well. So C9 making a bit of a sloppy decision making there in the beginning after their first blood on Half Devil. Half Devil now able to catch up a bit, and with dying that last fight means only about 100 gold ahead of Half Devil.
Half Devil, he's been struggling, I think, in this game so far. And well, speaking of the supports, it's actually, if we could take a look at the supports here, Emilito has been a really interesting kind of player to keep your eye on here. Look at his early Midas boots. He got those around the 2-minute mark, and he has pulled up to 3,400 net worth, which is about 200 gold ahead of the Half Devil. And looking at his GPM, he's sitting at 355, right there next to hi-rez, and actually outpacing his mid laner as well. So those super early Midas boots are basically getting the better of everybody on his team. Will it be enough, though, you know, with the Midas?
Frost by the right side, looking at NQ, gonna find a grab up into the ultimate from Amir, knocking Papa Time, gonna do damage here. There's the Made You Look, and Zalia takes him down. Beautiful blink initiation from Frostiak from the jungle on top of Zalia's initiation. That Golden Bow making a big difference on the wave as well, splashing some damage onto NQ. But NQ, he was saving his heal there, was trying to clear the wave out and had that whole one more wave mentality, and he gets caught for it. Nice pick.
One more wave. Yeah. Yeah. Left side, nothing cooking. Mid lane, nothing cooking. Right lane, nothing going. Besides, Zalia just once again getting the better of hi-rez here, pushing the wave into the tower. Gonna lose a little bit of gold, but get the experience. Will, the jungler here for Cloud9, and still looking to get that first kill out for the Circuit and get her really going here. 0-1. Good news as well for XSEC, because Frostiak hasn't died yet with his 2 assists, which means his purple pot has run its course, and he got full use out of it. Left side, you know, Emilito is trying to make his presence felt, but Funball doing a nice job of, you know, passively farming here. And this Rom pick really, really needs to go well for them if they did first pick it over Optics.
For Gold's Prime, Tears Zalia running towards the mid lane, looking for hi-rez. Is he going to find him is the question. Not going to cancel that out, just seeing what's going on there. And once it gets walled out by Frostiak, there's a slow coming out. The taunt's not going to land, though. Half Devil looking for a fight. They're not going to find it. Ultimate came out from Optics and hit Shadow Nightmare. Looks like it did indeed. Going to force his HP to drop a little bit lower there, but no counter initiation from Exposed Secrets just yet. Zalia waiting the wings, looking to grab up hi-rez. But look at the difference here in the junglers. Frostiak is at 4,200 gold across the way. hi-rez at 3,800, so a 400 gold deficit. Plus hi-rez level 7 right now. It's a little bit difficult for him, and I think that hi-rez really just needs to start focusing on farm right now because you can't fall behind as Circuit.
Well, he did have to, you know, go and hold that right side lane when Tyr went down and lost a lot of the gold to the tower. Did pick up the experience, so that's why you see his levels staying pretty close to the gold falling apart there. And well, at this rate, we've seen what Amir early game can do to the Gold Fury with that ultimate, and we've seen it just be so successful, especially looking at something like Frezzy playing into the support role. We'll see if Exec does look to make that style of play But they would probably have to rotate Mercury for it at this point, it looks like. And the Hog 3 not online for Half Devil either. But don't be surprised to see an early Gold Fury attempt with that Amir.
Yeah, I mean, they've got that Hog, so the question is, when will they finish it? Half Devil does have Hog 2. 3 beads up on Exposed Secrets and a single blink there for Frostjack. Great initiation. 2 blinks on the side of C9, not too surprising. You've got a Gab and you got a Tier. Very well known for blink initiations and also blinks for escapes. hi-rez has finished off his Warrior top B. Frostjack has finished off his Shoes of Focus. I imagine the next item here for Frostjack is going to be the Void Stone, but I guess it's not. Looks like it's going to be Ancient Blade. I guess you were right on that one. Wing Blade being picked up here. But then again, you know, he could also transition this into something like an Ethereal Staff, which works great with Amir.
Yeah, an E-Staff would make some sense here. But a pretty expensive item. Probably going to look to go get those value items. Get that Witch Blade up, which is a pretty cheap item overall for what it does give you, and then maybe look for a damage item on the back of that. But, you know, he has a lot of options, basically. He could tank up with something like a Void Stone that does give an aura. He could elect to go for, you know, more control and damage, or could kind of build into something that we might not expect here. I mean, he could do something like rush a Soul Reaver and really try to make his burst the thing that is so important in the early stages of the game. Especially against targets like the Tier. He would be very effective with the Soul Reaver against that high HP.
Oh, NQ sent home here from Zalia. Frost going to take this opportunity to go for the blue up. He actually pops his ultimate to finish it, but that will guarantee the kill. And that way they don't have to use the Hog in the meantime. Actually, Frost has no Hog, so he doesn't have to use anything. Just pops the ultimate to finish it off there. Just make sure that it is secured, selling the blue buff away. It's a big loss for NQ. Ultimate on the left side, going to find some damage here. Is Optex looking for the follow here. Portal through the wall he goes. There goes the activation of the Threshold. Portal coming out. Unstable Vortex as well. Shockwave is there. Again, Ultimate watch for it. Ultimate up in the air for Funballer, landing back down into the portal. He goes, damage coming out there. Meatball coming out for Shadhammer. Needs a good ultimate here. Funballer will be dropping low, but the last spear from the shot of Disappear takes him down here. Funballer goes down already. Looking for Emulato. Shadhammer is there. Looks like they're going to be backing off, but hi-rez isn't done yet. Rotating from the jungle. Can he jump in for the initiation? Looks like C9 is not on the same page, and they're going to back off.
Tier could be in some trouble here, though. He's going to get called out by Frostjack. Oh, blinks away from the freeze just in time, and likely saved his life as Zalia was hot on his trail as well. And, well, I do want to make a quick point about Frostjack here. His build, as you mentioned, does not have a Hog included in it, and I would not suggest that you at home try this build. It is highly optimized, I think, and the team's been helping him out clear these camps a little bit here and there. And well, he is online now with the cooldown boots and should have decent clear, but it is definitely not an easy task to play Amir jungle without Hog.
Well, you have to realize that anytime he frees a target, he'll have increased auto attack damage by 50%, his passive.
Well, so freeze or his Glacial Strike, both of them.
Well, that's right, and that causes like freezing of the feetsies. I guess it would be like the cold feet. But that's the whole point, right? If you land the 1 or the 2, or the 2 or the 3, I should say, you're able to get auto attack damage. So what you do as an Amir is you can throw down the Glacial Strike, get good AoE damage, auto attack until it falls off, then throw out the Frost Breath, and then auto attack until it falls off, and you should be able to clear the whole wave without the assistance of Hog. But the major downside here is not the clear time. I think there's enough clear time in Amir to not need the Hog. The downside is the secure. He's not going to be able to secure the camps if someone comes by, and that's why he ulted on the blue. It's just to make sure that he could secure it here.
I think it does have that kind of style of ability, right?
Yeah.
You can zone and do massive burst damage to secure anything that they feel is very, very important. But I want to highlight something here is that Youngbei has built into an Aussie here after his Heartseeker, which is a very non-conventional build, actually something that we used to see some time ago. And well, it's interesting, right? Because it means he's not going to be going for Devourer's Gloves and does have that extra damage to his name. Will he go something like a Transcendence after this? It would be light, but it would give him a tremendous amount of power on top of that pen that he's getting, and he wouldn't necessarily need to get the pen boots up so early. I doubt we'll see the cooldown reduction boots. He probably will continue stacking pen, but he does have some options here in terms of itemization where he won't necessarily speaking need to build in a boost right away. Could go for another bridge item on top of the Aussie.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Aussie does make a big difference early on, but generally hasn't been seen too much. Now, previously did have a little bit more to its name, especially the Draining Blade, making it a lot easier to kind of build into this item. But he's going to pick it up here, and it's going to allow him to box, like you were mentioning. So Funballer not going to have an easier time taking him out here. But a lot of times, and we saw this yesterday, right? We saw on Smek able to pick up a Transcendence on her, which made his mid-game damage incredible. Initiation here on Frostjack. On Civil Vortex going to poke him in the butt as he runs back towards the mid-tower. There's a Meatball coming out here. Half Devil looking for the taunt. hi-rez on the fly, going for Frostjack. Jumping on top. Ultimate coming out from Optics, going to find him. Pushing away. The last breath present will take him down here. hi-rez guaranteeing the kill. Rotation from Zalia. Zelia just went home. It's NQ. It's going to be a 4 versus 4 in the mid lane. Major Look ultimate coming out from Zelia, pushing the wall. He goes. Earthshaker coming through. It's going to hit Emilito, forcing him down to half HP. hi-rez looking for a fight here. Going to find half double in the back. Big damage there from Optics, taking him out. hi-rez gets a second kill of the fight. Pouring through the wall. It's Optics to safety. He goes. Emilito will fall to Funballer. Up in the air he goes. Now looking for the kill on Youngbae. Pushed back by the Impale. Unstable Vortex landing on top of Funballer. That damage from hi-rez is huge. Goes into Lawbringer, looking for some more damage on Tier. Up in the air he goes. Now looking for a shot on hi-rez. Needs the shots here to take him down. One more might even do it. Jump over the wall. Beautiful play by hi-rez. Can NQ get the kill? Meatball prevents him from chasing, and that will be the end of the fight.
Yeah, unfortunate there. I think hi-rez would have been better served trying to juke the final shot by leaping back towards Rom's location there, and said Lex to go away, and Rom able to scoot out of there with his life. So Funballer, the captain, stays alive now, 2-1 to his name, but hi-rez picks up a couple kills in that fight as well, and it's going to be the more passive style of Serket play here, where he's going to go Magi's Blessing instead of early damage or crit items, or even the Jotun's Wrath, which is a pretty strong second item for any jungler, especially Serket.
Yeah, I guess looking to build possibly more initiation tools. I mean, if you stay alive longer, you'd stay in the fight. Maybe just looking to use the Madness and the Ultimate to kind of help his team grab kills. Maybe like a Mercury style, right, where Mercury can rotate over and use Special Delivery to grab them and throw them into death. Same thing goes for the Last Breath Poison, right, able to kind of grab them and throw them into a very awkward situation. So maybe that's what he's looking for here. Or maybe he'll build just, the early start of the Cloak and actually look for the protections and then go to the next item. But certainly, I mean, exactly right. His damage is going to suffer for quite some time. It's going to delay his actual kill potential probably maybe 6 to 8 minutes here as he does by the second item. NQ is the tower on the right side, going to take a lot of damage here from Zelia.
Here, he's going to have
more. Oh, he's gone.
It doesn't matter. Zelia gets the solo kill, easy peasy, no problem. And yeah, Magic's Blessing, there's a lot of items that we've seen hi-rez build to tier 2, and there's a lot of items you can build to tier 2. Magic's Blessing is just not one of them. It's just so good to finish that item off. The passive really makes it what it is. Besides that, it's granting you a reasonable amount of physical and magical protection and HP, but
HP's the big one.
You really need that passive is really what makes the item worth picking up, and it's a cheap max rank item as well. I think, isn't it 530 to finish that thing off from
it's really cheap
from its tier 2. So almost never going to see that sitting at tier 2 unless they just don't have enough money. So
Theory started here for Exposed Secrets. Rotation from the backside from C9. Will they get close into the question? Hog 3 on both sides. Ultimate coming up from Emily to look for the steal. Can they find it? C9 gets the Gold Fury. Looking for a kill on Funballer. It's going to be hi-rez on the backside. They will find the poison kills him off. hi-rez on a killing spree here. Zale's got ultimate. Going to find hi-rez. hi-rez needs to jump away. He's going to jump over the portal and over the rainbow. And now get 4 stairs. I'm back onto Optics here. Zalia and Shadowmere come right back here. Will it be enough? But the slow and very casual creep on the left side of the Gold Fury allows him to sneak in the last second. Emulates with a perfectly timed blink initiation on the ultimate into the hog, stealing it away, and C9 makes a wonderful play.
Yeah, without the beads up on half Devil, nothing he can do about that besides Chainley's ultimate and trying to cancel it at the perfect timing to steal the hog. And well, Emilito just walks away with an easy steal there, and he's going to give his team the gold lead. However small, they will be able to pick it up. In the meantime, NQ blinking in the mid lane picks up a kill on a Shadow Nightmare.
Shadow Nightmare will fall there after the fact. A very tough loss there for Exposed Secrets after losing a Gold Fury and then losing their mid laner like that. Going to the right lane towards Zalia is going to be C9, Optics, and NQ. The fight begins here. Giannis coming on over. The grab is on cooldown. Cannot dash away. Ultimate is on cooldown as well. Zalia will have nowhere to go. Look for the fight. NQ's baiting it out, but how much can he take here? The damage is going to be very real onto Zalia. The ultimate from Athena is going to be enough. Through the portal they go, but buying time for the ultimate can land on the ground. Going to get a double kill with the dunk from above. The Justice has been brought down from the Mount Olympus. Emilito will be exploded here, and hi-rez is now trying to make the best of a bad situation, but he may be falling as well. The Magic's Blessing will prevent the slow from that glacial strike, but he will be forced to back away from this tower. That portal was a tough call. They needed to kill Zalia before the Athena ultimate dunked.
Yeah. That Athena ultimate ripping through Giannis there and finding the kill on NQ. And I think that, I don't know, man, it was... Obviously, you can see the play that NQ was trying to make there, but questionable decision to not Lawbringer at least a little bit closer to his tower and try to go straight back down. hi-rez going to use his beats. He's actually going to ult Frostyak here. Needs to get a lot of damage, though. But if he can find this kill, it'll be nice. Actually getting the poison out onto the Athena, but hi-rez forced to run. Can he make it out of this one alive? Dodges the meatball. Needs at least one more dash. Get out of this one safely. hi-rez continue to kite, and speed buff will be enough to save his life. Jumping away now. No Earthshaker for you, he says. Trying to chase him into the tower now. Oh,
Meatball.
Zalia's here.
Meatball
gonna miss. Zalia made you look. This should be free. No, there's a gap shield in time. Plus he's dashing away, and Zalia actually gonna get body blocked out.
Oh!
NQ missing yet again with that Fearless Shade. He just has had not a lot of luck with them so far in this game. That one could have been a big one. Although with the Mercury ult still up, unlikely they would have been able to secure that kill unless they hunted to 0 during the Fearless chain.
Man, that was a rough fight for both teams, realistically. I mean, Exposed Secret's getting a good win on the right side. Follow-up High-Rock going to go down there, but they jumped on top. But you're exactly right. I mean, NQ having trouble landing those Fearless chains here in the early stage of the game, and it may be the fact that he just hasn't played tier.
I think it's just that hasn't played a lot of tier. Or, well, we know that NQ was one of the problems having one of the players having issues connecting. It could be that he's suffering from a lot of latency here today,
which hurts tier so much.
Which it definitely, and would explain a little bit of these missed Fearless chains. Or yeah, I mean, it's probably a combination of both, right? Because he hasn't played a tremendous amount of tier. Tier not an in vogue soul laner right now, but definitely can do work against these kind of risky assassin style solo laners that people are trying to play these days.
Seems like C9 is kind of vying for late game here. I mean, you see the Magi's Blessing picked up from High-Rock. Like we talked about it earlier, but all this is just, there's so many initiation tools on the side of Exposed Secrets. You got a taunt from Athena, you have a knockup from Vulcan, a freeze and slow and wall from Amir. You've got the slow and cripple from Rom. You got the grab and the ultimate from Zayli. I mean, they have a lot of ways to initiate. High-Rock surrendered by himself here. 3 versus 1. Meatball comes out, nowhere to go. Grabs the ultimate, but he will be falling down here. There's the ultimate. Go in the portal, buddy. Go in the portal. Can't go in the portal. Ursha, you're guaranteeing the kill.
All you had to do was get in the damn portal, CJ.
That was it, and he just could not hop into it, so High-Rock will fall. He was looking to steal the buff. Did he actually get it is the question. Looking at Zalia. Nope, didn't get it either.
But speaking of Zalia, sitting at level 19, he is 3 levels ahead of NQ in the soul lane and has, really won his lane, and it's Mercury, so you could expect Zalia to be walking out of the soul lane here once he finishes off his Deathbringer in about the next couple minutes and destroying, everyone.
Zalia turning into quite the fantasy pick. I mean, after his quadra kill play with Freya the other day, yesterday against TSM, I'm sorry, yesterday, was it TSM? Am I losing my mind? TSM, it was TSM. So they beat TSM yesterday with that wonderful Freya quadra kill play, and so coming off of that, now playing Mercury today, 3-0-5 playing very well. I believe he gets on the left side. Portal is not available. Coming out from the ultimate, Optics has no ultimate now. Ultimate coming out, they made a great
Thank
ultimate.
You, ma'am.
Woo!
Yes.
Funball takes him out. Beautiful flank from Frostyak.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, hey, look, that Funballer ultimate, that's Rom is picking Geb into Rom is very challenging because rollout is free to that Rom ultimate. He can just snipe you 1, 2, 3. High-Rock taking a very aggressive stance here, and he may have a bit off more than he can true as Magi's Blessing going down. Witchblade is there. He's actually going to try to do the damage here. High-Rock in a lot of trouble, and down he will go. A ill-advised aggression into 5 members of Exposed Secrets, and now it's Optics actually having a little bit of trouble finding his way through that portal. Exposed Secrets, surprisingly, not turning around and looking for a Gold Fury right here now. The only real danger they have is getting 5-man Fearless basically by NQ, but they don't have a lot of damage to follow it up to Cloud9 with only Youngbei and NQ in the area, and NQ going to, defend the Tier 2 in mid. It will be a free Gold Fury going the way of the Exposed Secrets. 4,000 gold, 7,000 experience to the boys, and they're going to maybe look to make a play on the left side Tier 1 as well.
Look at this ratio here. 7 kills on the side of C9. NQ's been part of 1 of them. Taunt on the left side. Youngbei in trouble here. Needs to jump away. He should be able to jump away over the ult. Top rooted inside of it. Nice stun there. The shield will come out, preventing him from dying there. Geb gets the save. But yeah, look at this threshold here. You got 7 kills on the side of C9. NQ's been part of 1 of them. Yeah. Across the way, the other side of Zalia, there's been 12 kills inside of Exposed Secrets, and Zalia's been part of 9 of them. So much better ratio there. Coming out from ultimate, Zalia looking for NQ, going to find him here. Does he have an ultimate available? NQ does not. Nowhere to go. There goes the hit, and Zalia is just...
And that's a level 20 Mercury with 2 crit items, one of them being a Deathbringer and Pen Boots. At level 20 minutes into the game.
He's going Magi's as well. That's not going to give him protection. That's more just to avoid that single CC, but there's so many CCs on Exposed Secrets.
800 XP a minute and 470 GPM. That's got to be one of the highest that you're going to see really in any pro match, guys. And Zalia is unbelievably powerful. Sprint 3, Beads 3, Deathbringer, Golden Bow, Pen Boots. Everything else at this point is cake. He is late game already.
He's 230 XP per minute ahead of NQ, and he's also nearly 100 GPM ahead of NQ. NQ having a very tough time here on the right side. And like I was mentioning, I mean, the ratio of participation from Zalia, he's now been part of 10 kills out of the 13. So 10 divided by 13 is his ratio versus 1 divided by 7. NQ has not been able to rotate at all this game, and every time he's missed his Fearless chain every single time, and so they don't really have that CC chain.
Hey, some trouble on the left side lane, blinking from Frostic. There it is. B's going to be forced out from Youngbei. He has them. Doesn't look like he does. Ultimate's being triggered off. Final shot going to miss. on the back of that leap. Ultimate ripping through space and time. Coming in is Optics. Jungbei still in some trouble, but is going to live with the Geb shield. And now it's a reinitiation. Emilio finds all three. Beautiful blink in by the Geb. He's a body block half devil here, but it looks like they're going to be forced to turn onto Frostiak, who blows his frosty breath onto Optics and gets exploded. Does Optics by the Mercury rotation. In comes Kalel NQ, but can he find anybody? This time, no. Yet again, Power Cleave going to miss. And, well, the Mercury easily cleans him up and now has his ultimate to re-engage as needed. Down on the side of Cloud9 is their primary damage dealer in Optics, as well as Emilito, their frontline tank, and only losing their mid laner in Shadow Nightmare, who, well, it's Vulcan. And at the end of the day, the Vulcan isn't adding a tremendous amount right now. It's a lot of it feels like it's Rom, Mercury, and Amir that are going to be your primary cores in these fights. And Shadow Nightmare is just tossing around meatballs. I mean, he doesn't have that ultimate that's just reliable enough to be like, oh, they can't team fight without him. It's not like the Geb or like even the Mercury for that matter. And now a tier 2 going to fall in favor of Exposed Secrets here in the mid. Only one tower remaining. Both Phoenixes exposed in both left and mid lane. Magi's is down for Circuit as well, which means that, well, Exposed Secrets in theory should be able to go take this right side tier 2 as well, unless they have their mind set on the Fire Giant.
Exposed Secret's looking so good right now. Half Devil plugging himself into the lineup and looking very sharp. 4-2 and 7. Frostiak now taking off with this Emir here. And of course, you got Zalia, the star, 5-0 and 7 on Mercury. It seems like every time you watch Zalia, he just conquers the solo lane and then starts controlling the whole rest of the map. But let's talk a little about the junglers here. Frostiak has been working so well early on. Looks like he did go for Witchblade, not Windblade, into a Void Stone. So
that makes sense.
The same kind of build there, just kind of preventing the slow, actually slowing attack speed for on her tier, and even hi-rez there on Circuit at the same time.
But well, they don't have a lot of slows on the side of Cloud9, actually.
Right.
So it makes sense.
But hi-rez much higher stats there. I mean, higher GPM, higher KDA, win percent higher as well.
Yeah, Frostiak has struggled to date, but this looks like a great game for him. 1-11 on the Amir. It's not going to help out his KDA a tremendous amount, but it does give him an 11 assist to his name, which is pretty damn good. And the KDA displayed there is kills plus half of your assists divided by deaths. So he'll get some nice
hi-rez. He needs to jump away from this one. We'll pop the bubble looking for the freeze. Does he have a wall? He does have a wall. Glacier Strike going to come through. He's going to jump over the wall here. But it's so scary, right? He's got Shoes of Magi, Witchblade like I thought he'd go for, and then he's got the movement speed from the movement speed buff. And so he just, I mean, you can feel him thumping. He's just thumping cross, but he moves so fast that when you try to get close to him, you can't actually get away. He just moves too quick. And so that's the power that Frostiak's bringing to the jungle here, is that no one can really deal with him. It looks like he's actually going to go for Sash. Either one of them would be great. I mean, if he goes Warlock Sash into E-Staff, he's going to be unkillable while also having a ton of magic power.
I think this is going to be a gem.
Might be.
I think it's gem. I think it's just I don't think he needs more tankiness right now. They're up so much. They might as well get the added utility and let the Mercury just go absolutely nutso. I mean, if the Amir is able to slow multiple targets, it's going to be nasty. I mean, E-Staff would make the most sense in terms of ability to break the base, but I think with the advantage they have, he could go into the gem here still. Blinking from Emilito, finding 2 with the ultimate there. Funballer dashing away, and in the backlines is hi-rez trying to find that damage. Not going to go for a ride to this guy, but is going to poison Funball, but it's not going to be enough to have him detonate. Zalia will kill Optics, and Optics has not had a great game on Giannis today. Very different from what we saw before. hi-rez still trying to find damage in the back lines, but he's going to get chased out by Half Devil and the Funballer, and a meatball over the wall to secure his death. Zalia trying to chase out NQ, but perfectly happy to let him escape. Over the top comes a Vulcan ultimate, but not going to get any damage on Emilito and Jungbei, and, well, the chase appears to still be on, for at least for Shadow Nightmare, who wants to chip away. Half Devil going to charge in, but they don't have a lot of follow-up. Oh, right, here's Funballer. Mercury still waiting in the wings. Is there an ultimate available for the fastest god alive? There is not, but they will find that tier 2 finally. No more towers remaining for Cloud9, and Exposed Secrets starting to move their way towards the Fire Giant, where Cloud9 is forced to defend a little bit here. Tyr and Geb going to make their way up the mid lane, but I doubt they'll make it in time. Just way too much damage, and down goes a Fire Giant in the matter of about 8 seconds there. Exposed Secrets pulling quite a bit ahead now.
Yeah, Fire Giant completed very, very quickly, and you have Mercury and Rom both fed on top of a Fire Giant with crits. That thing's going to melt, pun intended, and that's going to be something that's easy for Exposed Secrets to pick up here. 17-8, 26 minutes into the match, 12,000 gold in the lead. Look at the damage numbers so far. 20,000 damage has been dealt by Zalia, a primarily single target character. Shadow Nightmare at 17k on Vulcan and AoE characters. You can really see the weight of what Zalia does, and they banned 3 of Zalia's characters in the picking stage, and you can see why. This guy is on fire right now, and shout out to any fantasy owners that have him, because combining yesterday's performance with today's performance, he's going to be killing the charts.
Well, down goes the Gold Fury, making those charts a little bit more tilted to the side of Exposed Secrets, and now They're going to look for the Phoenix on the side opposite to the Fire Giant, as become in vogue as the best strategy available to the teams here. And we'll eventually stop saying this, but for now, it's basically the reason that they do this is because it forces the enemy team to babysit the lane furthest from the major map objective.
Right.
So the idea here is take the left side Phoenix, and then if they want to contest the next Fire Giant, they're going to have to give up either some Titan damage or fight it 4v5.
Well, they're going to have to defend this left side Phoenix. The question is, does Exposed Secrets have what it takes to push in on this full turtle defense? Seems spreading out here. hi-rez looking for the flank. Vision is being placed down. They do have a sentry ward behind just to make sure nothing really goes wrong there. Taunt's going to come out, going to find NP's bubble, forcing him away. Amlix is in the fight, jumping against hi-rez. hi-rez a little bit early, though. They're going to jump and turn on him if he isn't careful here. Frost will come out. Frostiak not going to find it, though. There goes the force back. NQ back towards the tower, still safe and clear. Not a whole lot of healing on the side of Exposed Secrets. They don't have the raw heal or the Aphrodite heal to keep them going strong, so they're gonna have to deal with what they've got. Merc ultimate is primed, trying to force them back here. This is more of a bait than anything else. Like Ramblito can't find it. hi-rez needs to be very careful here. Desert Fury through the wall, doing some damage here, forcing Frostiak into the portal, gonna force him down to the ground, doing a little bit of damage there from the ultimate. NQ gonna drop down to half doubles damage on top of everything else. Zalia now punching through everyone. The Fists of Fury are coming through. Quadra kill for Zalia, looking for the Penta. Shadow Nightmare takes the deicide, and Exposed Secrets have effectively wiped off the face of the earth all the C9 players. The Titan is exposed, and there is nothing they can do.
Game is going to go the way of the Exposed Secrets. You're taking a big win over Cloud9, the second-place team in all of Europe, and that's a very important win for them. They struggled yesterday versus TSM, but do beat, well, in theory, the better team of Cloud9 HyperX there. And, well, Frostiak looked really good in that Amir jungle, but player of the game certainly Azalea on the Mercury, where NQ was just outclassed.
Here's the thing, and this is the way I'm going to look at it going forward. Zalia was the best solo laner in the qualifiers to the launch tournament.
Yep.
We haven't seen him since.
Yep.
And the reason being is that he excels at carries and hyper carries. What was his best character in the launch tournament pre-qualifiers?
Bakasura.
It was Bakasura and it was Vamana. And so he was able to get those hyper late game carries and working well. Recently he's been playing Sobek, he's been playing Amir, not hyper carries. And so when he gets back to roots here, he plays Freya or Mercury, he's off the charts again. So very strong performance here, but you can't take it away from Exposed Secrets here. You got Funballer doing some great shots with the ultimates. Shadow Nightmare, of course, hitting those ultimates on his own, but Half Devil and Frostiak combining together to be that front line bubble for Zalia was undefeatable.
Well, Zalia able to get into the backlines here in this last engagement. Let's take another look at that quadra kill. The second quadra kill on record here for Zalia in the Smite Pro League Europe. And let's have a look-see-poo here as well. It's pretty much all set and done but the Sonic Boom, and Zalia biding his time, and once he finally makes it in there, you can see several 500 damage crits from that made you look, and boom. Now going in, NQ goes down, the punches start ripping through, going to Giannis prioritizing, Athena ults on top of him with damage reduction. He's going to put the spin to win out and finding that quadra faster than you could really even blink your eyes. I mean, you couldn't even see all the damage he put out. Everyone just melted to that super late game Mercury. But that is going to do it for us guys here for the European Smite Pro League. Moving over to North America is going to be our next game, Dry Bear, and it's going to be the boys of Cognitive Red versus the Fat Chunks Assemble. It's going to be about a 5-minute break. This game is scheduled to start at the top of the hour, but we did go a bit over, so give us just about 5 minutes. We should be underway about 7 past here with the North American game, Cog Red versus the Chunks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.